Welcome to your favorite program, Portgistontv on TV. This is a weekly program powered by Wealthy Honey Investment Nigerian Limited. It analyzes events and happenings in and around the maritime industry, aviation industry, and land border. Welcome on board. On Portgistontv today, we have lots of stories for you and an interview with a big fish in the industry. In fact, I call him the #1 custom officer, the person of the CGC of Custom, the Controller General of Custom. So also, we have news of events in the maritime industry within the week. We also have a story for you on Clarion Body Terminal. Don't go away.
Welcome to Wealthy Honey Investment Limited, an international enterprise with over 20 years experience that offers full range of freight forwarding services. With our head office located in the heart of Tinkan Island, Apapa, Lagos, Nigeria, our major aim is to provide high-quality consultancy services to our clients on matters relating to customs, import and export laws, trade and tariff classifications and procedures. We also assist our clients in preparation of import documents, delivery of consignment to clients after customs formalities, and many more. For inquiries, contact us at our Office 14, Tinkan Port Container Complex, Tinkan Island, Lagos, Nigeria, Kilometer 2, Glow House, Lasso Ojo Road, Akeson, Lagos, Nigeria, or Wealthy Honey Investment Limited, Jack Lemons Land, 1E, Westerlo, Antwerp, Belgium, or call 005-522-7881, 002-644-1351, or 009-982-1927. Or visit our website on www.wealthyhoneyyinvestmentlimited.com.
Straight to business. The first story of today's news is from aviation industry, where the operators insist on completion of 20 billion naira airport project. Aviation workers have called on the new aviation minister, Mrs. Stella Odua Ogianwoye, to continue with the execution of the 20 billion naira airport remodeling project. We shouldn't forget that the federal government last year earmarked the above sum of money for the building of the new terminals at Lagos Port, Port Harcourt Port, Kano, Enugu, Calabar, and Abuja Airport in order to modernize them and enhance flight operations. Importers, truck owners lament over cargo delivery process. Importers and truck owners have cried out over the delay in cargo delivery process, which is being experienced at the second gate of Tinkan Island Port, Lagos. This actually happened over the weekend because of the activities of SON officials. The SON officials' modus operandi is delaying delivery of cargo process in Tinkan Island Port, TCIC precisely. However, we need to inform the SON officials to devise another means of operating in the port. We shouldn't forget that there are many security agencies that operate in our seaport, not SON alone. However, we employ Nigerian importers to, as a matter of compulsion, necessity, and being patriotic, to ensure that they have their offshore certificate, which is called SONCAP. It will interest you to know that the biggest vessel battered over the weekend at Lagos Complex Port. This vessel, called Max Conakry, has a capacity of 4,500 TEUs container and is about 250-meter long vessel. This battered on Tuesday, June 28, 2011. And the managing director of MPA was ably represented by the Executive Director Marine Operation, Mrs. Egariva Aino. The Nigerian Customs Service and WCO signed an agreement over the weekend on training and capacity building for custom officers. A statement authoritatively revealed to Portgistontv this week said the agreement was signed recently at the World Customs Organization headquarters, Brussels. The agreement confirms the Nigerian Customs Service to providing classroom, training aids, meeting room, residential and other services facility for use by the World Customs Organization. The new regional training center will be located within the premises of the Customs Command and Staff College, Gwagwalada, in FCC, which will provide middle cadre management development for the Nigerian Customs Service. This takes us to the chat we had with the Controller General of Customs, Alhaji Abdullahi Diko Nde. Let's hear him talk. Since your appointment as the CGC, sir, can you tell us one or two things that you have actually achieved?
Two things are actually too small, but let me manage and within a short period time that we have with you to tell you. Actually, I took over the mantle of leadership of the Nigerian Customs on the 18th of August 2009. And while on adoption of office, I understand that really, one, I have to battle with the battered image of the customs.
Yes,
I have to work hard to change the public perception, the negative perception of customs.
Exactly.
And then you are very much aware. I said I don't want to see any customs officer mounting a checkpoint within the hinterland. It is really a very difficult situation, and you know, not everybody accept that decision. It's just like within the family. You surely you may have a bad one, exactly. So, but we did what we can, and at least it's being reduced to minimum. We understand some people are still mounting roadblock, but please, we're telling the public, if you see it, try and tell us. Secondly, now we look at the revenue, but how can we improve revenue? The greatest problem we're having is that most of our officers have lost the touch of customs procedure because we have been very long under precision inspection.
Exactly.
Really, everybody has abandoned the book of knowledge that is tariff, explanatory, and what have you.
Yes,
so now I owe a duty, and I have to put a tax within the 6-month agenda that I initiated, that we have to send everybody back to school. So graciously, by the grace of God, today we have sent virtually 12,000 officers in and out of Nigeria for training. In fact, tomorrow I'm going for another training.
12,000 Nigerians?
12,000 custom officers.
Wow.
Out of 17,000. Wow. And there is even the one for trainee trainers. So those who are trained to train others. So when they came back, they train others. So virtually I can tell you that 17,000 workforces are really trained and retrained. So having said that, we look at several reforms that come and gone, but actually the entire service, the officers are not reformed.
Exactly.
How can you reform them? It's by motivating them. So we put a request of increasing their welfare salary package, and graciously His Excellency Dr. Goodluck Jonathan has approved it. Now we are 100% salary increase, and you can see the information how it worked.
Yes,
I inherited 30 billion monthly connection. Today now I'm 62 billion. So you can see how motivation
double it.
Exactly, it has been doubled. So we are working very much hard to see that we blocked most of the revenue leakages. Smuggling, yes, it's all over the world. But we are working hard to see that we can bring it to barest minimum. Where we can use stick, we use stick. Where we can use counseling, we use counseling. So we are working hard, and I can tell you that we have gone far.
In fact, going around today, because in Lagos, people don't actually know how far you have really gone. They thought it's only the 120 housing units. But when we went around today, we realized that there's even the custom training. I read it in the paper yesterday that it has been actually approved, upgraded to train West Africa custom officers and even Central Africa. So how did you achieve that?
Yeah, really. You know, we invited the Secretary General of the World Customs Organization to come to Nigeria sometimes April.
Exactly.
So when he comes, we took him around the little we have for him to see and to give us advice on how to catch up with the World Customs standard. And we took him to the staff college that's under construction. We thought it's a small thing, but in fact, he really applauded the project.
It's more than a small thing.
Exactly. Okay? So he said,
why not? You have laboratories,
exactly.
You have commandant office.
Everywhere. In fact, we have 6 lecture theater that can accommodate 100 students.
Per one.
Exactly, per one. And we have guest lecturers. And what you have is ASCON is what you upgraded to reach the international and world standard.
Okay.
So when we get to the last 2 weeks while I was in Brussels, the issue come up, and he suggested that the school be used for training West and Central African customs, or rather African customs in general. They will provide us with a resource person and then arrange the course within the year that the course, yes, exactly, the course can be taken in Gwagwalada. So it is a great achievement, you know. Now is that we have come of age in world custom activities, that we're even a power truck on capacity building is the most important. There's organ of improving human development. So I believe this is a good
Talking about capacity building, let's take you around the building we're talking about. That is the Nigerian Customs Service Training Center. That is not only going to train Nigerian Customs Service personnel alone, but it's going to train West Africa and Central Africa Custom, meaning that Nigerian Customs is actually going to train the trainers. It's not only Nigerian Customs again, we're going to train West Africa Custom officers, even Central Africa Custom officers.
The world has indeed become a commercial global village. Nigeria, the West Coast and South Africa have become every shipper's destinations of delight. To meet this growing need, we present the CFAX Group of Companies, a maritime one-stop shop with subsidiaries on the West Coast, London and Texas, USA. With our well-trained and courteous staff, high-tech cranes, stevedoring services, haulage trucks with mileage across Nigeria and abroad, and our utility-bonded terminals, we are indeed Nigeria's leading cargo handlers. CFAX Group of Companies. Our team work with innovation.
I also went around and we saw that there's other building meant for the DCG, ACGs, and even the CGs, which is almost 90% completion. And is it from this 7% mega that you pay your salary, you still go about this project?
Very good. I would like to tell Nigerians and even the cost officers that probably maybe we have no opportunity to see the construction going on. Actually, I am not a politician, but I can tell you that having Mr. President Goodluck Jonathan is a really great blessing to Nigerian customs.
Exactly.
I made a complaint to him that I'm in a rented apartment. You remember that during the last administration before this, so, the quarters were monetized. Okay. So actually, I don't have an official resident of the Controller General. It was sold here, actually. But we have a piece of land which is almost a 6-hectare land. And I complained to him that, Your Excellency, I'm in a rented apartment, and most of my DCGs were scattered. We are not even in a place. And together with my ACGs.
Administered. So,
exactly. So he asked me that we should bring a proposal. And we did it in form of turnkey project, and we did. A particular company bid. Many companies bid. We found out that this is what the drawings, and he said, look, it is good, you people, that you are doing this good job, because the revenue was increasing. Exactly. So he said, if you are doing this, that is nothing that can stop me from also doing my best for you. So actually, he accepted the project, and he gave the approval instantly. So you can see that, in fact, toward the end of August, I'm going to be happily accommodated in an official CG's residence. All the DCGs, 5 of them.
I saw it.
And you can see that it's just the standard of Chevron. If you
we went around, and that is even going to make your administration and your governance very easy. Exactly. You want to confer with any DCG, CG, you just call them from their quarters, and they're in your quarter.
Exactly.
Besides that, Oga, we also noticed that there's this building that is meant for custom headquarters. And we met the site engineer, and he told us that it's going as far as 12-story building. Yes. And there's a twin tower that's going to 12-story building. The wing A and wing B is going to 6-story building. Yes. Is this sealed from this same money, 7%? Because I want to believe that miracle is happening somewhere from Yoga.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Really, we had a lot of intervention from His Excellency, the head of state, because he believed that since we are doing our best, there's nothing that will stop him from also doing his best from his angle. Yeah, we actually put it in the budget, but at times it's meager. So we source for intervention from His Excellency where we feel that there is a need to do that in order to move the building up. I can assure you that hopefully by March, customs are going to be happily accommodated in our respective offices, and we are no longer having any problem with it. You can see this one even is under renovation. Why? Yes, at least we shouldn't be seen wearing starch clothes, clean, and then while we are working,
the offices is not conducive.
Yes, so
but when we came in, we saw a lot of renovation has been done on even your temporary site here, and we are happy about it. And that goes to tell me that if every CGC that has actually been in place in the last 10 years would do even a little of what you have done, because you told us now that you have succeeded in training 12,000 officers. And that will take us back to Arusha Declaration and Kyoto Convention. If a custom officer is well taken care of, then his remuneration is increased, he will never be corrupt. And that is why this CGC is saying that he wants to put in his best to make sure that every custom officer, every Nigerian custom officer is respected as a revenue generator and a facilitator of revenue. Okay, that would take us that if you are training officers, are you not thinking of training the freight forwarders?
In fact, we have set out the program. You see, this policy commission, WCO gave us the hosting right of policy commission. Policy commission is a steering body of WCO. It's like the standard of, let's say, Federal Executive Council. It's where decisions are done. Decisions are just be ratified in June. The month of December is the time that normally we hold policy commission. Last year was China, and this Nigeria. This year is Nigeria that is going to host we have 42 countries attending, and we have 25 international organizations attending, which include International Brokers Association, International Freight Forwarders. So I have given the 15th of August. In fact, I said either computer to computer, since we don't have table now, after having sitting in the classroom, theoretically, while you understand what are the custom procedures, and then we have to move outside to show them that, look, whatever you do, this is where it will start or this is where it is stopped. So it is good to build integrity into one's activities. When you build integrity, that is risk management profiling. We profile you for a good Nigerian, and at any given time you bring to import, actually you always perpetually going to be on green. Exactly. So we have to, if we teach them, and then they fail to, or they refuse to comply, then we punish them. Exactly. But while they're ignorance of the procedure, actually even that's what hampers the 48 hours clearance. Because I know you don't know. Exactly. So it's, in fact, everybody will be at the level of where he is. They don't know, we know. So actually it is we that will always do the past work, and then they adlane us. So it is better we carry everybody along. Exactly. And I believe the faster we do it, the better.
Better for us. Presented to Alhaji Abdullahi Dikonde in recognition of your immense and excellent contribution towards the growth and development of Nigerian Customs Service, given to you this day, sir.
Thank you very much.
We at this juncture advise every Nigerian who find themselves at leadership position to make sure they put in their best.
The chairman of the Board of Trustees and the Inauguration Committee of International Freight Forwarders Association of Nigeria, IFFN, wish to invite all the members of IFFN and the general public to the official inauguration and swearing in of the newly elected national executives led by Chief David Okutalokwe, VDOC Agency, which will take place on Saturday 16th of July 2011 at the Rockview Hotel, Festac Town, Lagos. Time 2 p.m. Special guest of honor, Alhaji Abdullahi Diko, Comptroller General Customs, Chairman of the occasion, Prince Olayiwola Shitu, National President of ANCA. Guest speaker, Mr. Eugene Weke, National President of NAGAF. Chief guest of honor, Alhaji Akim Olarewaju, Chairman, CRFFN. Royal Father of the Day, His Royal Highness Igwe Bob Chikuma Oje, Igwe of Isenifite Agwata. Please note that attendance is strictly by invitation. Signed, Chief Lawrence Uba, Secretary Inauguration Committee, and Dr. Iman Ogu Opara, Chairman, Inauguration Committee.
Portgistontv received a complaint from freight forwarders and licensed custom agents last week that Clarion bonded terminal called Clarion West African Shipping was invaded and closed down for 2-3 days. And as a result of that, they were unable to take delivery of their consignment from this terminal. The crew met with the COO of the terminal, Mrs. Bernardine Eloka, and she has this to say.
Actually, we are here today in the Federal High Court of Lagos State, Queen's Drive, because of a trumped-up petition written by an investor in my company, Mr. Jude Ibanugo, and Mr. Emeka Izuchukwu, for the fact that we act as his auditors. So when I set up this company, and because of the relationship, I now put him, as one of the shareholders of the company, although a very minority shareholding, and coupled with the fact, that if you are doing a business, we know it that so many people, they want to have fallbacks on, and that's what they call like godfatherism or whatever. So having been in business for over a good number of years, I now thought, okay, that maybe I could just tag this guy as the chairman of my company, so that if I have issues, if I have cases, when people look at it, oh, okay, Vijay is behind that company, everybody stays clear. But you see, that has really jeopardized the interest of the company today. So you can't imagine, with the letter of intent and with the industry, you know very well, you know the potentials in the business, you know the viability. So I did not look back, even going to the devil to borrow money, to get this thing done within the time frame that they've given to me. Remember, I said that they said if you can do this thing within 12 months, we will give you this. So it is now a mandate upon me to do my own part, and now let them do their own part. So I went to anybody that I can think about. Even most of our customers, gave me money because they know what a bonded terminal means, and they know it is a highly profitable venture. So all of them, some customers even paid for the cost of their clearing before, while the goods were still abroad. So I gathered all this money, with this one, and I was able to do that before this problem came. That most of all those friends, all of them turned to lions. They could no longer wait. When you gave them the hope and the impression